Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live for all the NBA playoff series. I've been taking a look at them before they begin, and now we are down to the conference finals, the final four teams in the battle for the 2024 NBA Championship. Tomorrow will begin the Eastern Conference Finals, Wednesday, the Western Conference Finals. So today, I'm going to take a look at the Eastern Conference matchup between the sixth seeded Indiana Pacers and the first seeded Boston Celtics. Celtics, one of the most dominant regular season teams, especially when it comes to net rating. Really in NBA history, as you see, finished first in offensive rating, third in defensive rating. The Pacers played at a breakneck pace throughout the season and the playoffs. Second offensive rating, sacrificed some defense because of that breakneck speed. But while the Celtics did finish 17 games better in the regular season, don't count out the Pacers. There are, a large contingent of people saying that they've gotten kind of lucky to get this far. Um, Giannis did not play in the opening round. Lillard, he missed 2 games, I think. Then the Knicks had so many injuries: Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Bojan Bogdanovic, OG Anunoby. But you play who's on the schedule, and regardless, it's impressive that they've made it this far when no one really expected them to. And I'm a Knicks fan, so it was rough singing. But Celtics, meanwhile, have won each of their first two series in 5 games, beating um, the Miami Heat in the opening round in 5 games, and then they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second round. So we're going to take a look at the starting lineup. So the numbers in parentheses are their stats in the playoffs. So the Pacers have played 13 playoff games. The Celtics have played 10. Starting lineup for the Pacers: Halliburton hit three after three after three. In that Game 7 win over the Knicks, Nemhard had a big shot in that series against the Knicks and has displayed some offensive talent throughout the playoffs. Aaron Naismith had his times playing a good role on Jalen Brunson, playing solid defense on him. Pascal Siakam, Knicks just didn't really have an answer for him, especially with OG Anunoby hurt. Josh Hart will battle with him, but Siakam has so much size over him, so much height over him. And Miles Turner, that center that can stretch the court. Very accurate three-point shooter for his size. Celtics just so well-rounded. Of course, they have their superstar player in Jason Tatum, finished sixth in MVP voting this season. Jalen Brown, a great Robin to him. Although, some might say Derek White has overtaken Brown for that Robin role, especially when you include what he can do on the defensive end. He's just been invaluable for the Boston Celtics. Drew Holiday definitely sacrificing some of his numbers for the betterment of the team, and still a great defender as well. Of course, Kristaps Porzingis missed all of the Eastern Conference semifinals, and it is unclear when and if he will return. Reports have been that he will be out for the start of the Eastern Conference Finals, but with a calf injury, but that there's a possibility that he could return at some point. So I list Porzingis with the starters after Al Horford because Al Horford has taken his place and he's performed more than admirably. Believe he's the oldest player left in the playoffs, 37 years old, I want to say. And he had a big game. I think it was Game 5 against the Cavaliers. Still got it going. Still a very accurate three-point shooter, as are many of the Celtics. We take a look at the benches. So Celtics really go three deep off the bench, and Luke Cornett has taken the place of Horford. So if Porzingis were to come back, Horford would take Cornett's place as the rotation big man. Cornett, a good rebounder though, also could stretch the defense. And has a lot of size. Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser, very accurate three-point shooters. But man, I said as a Knicks fan, I really watched the Pacers bench and they performed very well, especially TJ McConnell. Just the way he so easily gets into the lane, it's absolutely incredible. He just looks like a better player than he was earlier in his career. Went undrafted. Nobody expected him to last in the league this long, and just so wily. Plays hard nosed defense. Ben Shepherd really been accurate from 3 point range in the postseason. Obi Toppin has had a couple big games off the bench for the Pacers. And Isaiah Jackson, another guy with quite a bit of size and has been proven to be a very good shot blocker throughout the season and the playoffs. So, um, I've been predicting who I expect to win each of the series when I've been doing them. Celtics, as I mentioned, one of the most dominant regular season teams, and they really have been in recent memory. This is the sixth time in the last 8 seasons they have reached the Eastern Conference Finals, but they've only reached one NBA Finals in that time, and that was 2022, where they lost to the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. So they've been 1-4 in these last 5 Eastern Conference Finals they have been in. Meanwhile, it's been a decade since the Pacers had made an Eastern Conference Finals. Never won a NBA championship in franchise history. Celtics, of course, have won quite a bit, especially in the Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, John Havlicek, those eras, Larry Bird. But Celtics are a huge favorite, and that is to be expected. They've been a huge favorite in each of the first 2 rounds. Heat were without Jimmy Butler. Um, Cavaliers were without Jarrett Allen and Donovan Mitchell for a couple games. So you could say yes, while the Pacers have played some teams that aren't at full strength. Honestly, neither have the Celtics, although Porzingis has been out as well. But the Celtics are listed at minus 900 favorites, according to the DraftKings Sportsbook, to take the series. Pacers at plus 600. If you look at, let's see, I can't find the. Oh, there we go. So the most likely outcome 4-0 plus 210, and then 4-1 is plus 215 for the Celtics. But what do I predict? I've actually predicted. I haven't gotten all my predictions right, not even close, but I predicted Celtics in 5. Both of the first 2 rounds were correct on those. And I'm going to do it again. Once again, I predict Celtics in 5 to reach the NBA Finals. Um, the Heat had one game where they were on fire from deep, as did the Cavaliers in their wins against the Celtics. And I think maybe the Pacers have one game like they did in Game 7 against the Knicks, where they just shoot lights out and, surprise the Celtics with a win. So I'm going to say Celtics in 5, but let me know in the comments, who do you expect to win this series? How many games? Tomorrow I'll take a look at the Western Conference Finals between the Minnesota Timberwolves and Dallas Mavericks. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm